Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey,
And I'm Jacob.
and we are back today with the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. This is issue number 2. We were talking a little bit about this beforehand. It's not just the fact that it's a shorter issue. I think we somehow got an even punchier issue than the first one. I think there were just like there's something about the pacing of it. Like Simone just like somehow made it even better. I think this was somehow it's somehow an improvement on the first issue, despite the fact that I adored the first issue, loved every second of it. I thought this was somehow better, even. I mean, if that's the case, I'm looking forward to more in the future. But yeah, this is a really great second issue.
This was okay. So, how do we want to tackle this? Because it's Simone does some interesting things with structure here.
Mm-hmm.
There are three prongs. The main prong, which is kind of what frames this entire thing, is Wolverine, Gambit, and Rogue reacting to these children that have appeared. And it turns just into a fight, like, almost immediately.
Yeah.
Which is a really interesting fight.
Oh yeah.
Partially it's Gail Simone's introducing 4, maybe 5, but 4 mutants. One of whom I think is a horse.
Yeah. You got a problem with that?
No, it's just Gail Simone never changed.
So good. I do actually. I really think Simone makes a really strong first impression with these new mutants. They're called the Outliers. I don't know. I found them to have like really, most of them at least, to have like really distinct personalities, just enough to like give you the surface level of like how they all should feel, how they function as a group. Obviously, I think the biggest standout here is Deathstream, who I adore. I adored like every single line they had. Really, really cool stuff. But I think a lot of this is like just a big character introduction for them, playing off of our main X-Men, of course, through a fight mostly, but also a bit of the framing of this issue has to do with this flashback that we open on with a young Charles Xavier, who in my mind still has the voice of Patrick Stewart, but nevertheless, he.
I mean, I don't think we. Here's the thing. Charles Xavier has already been recast in live action once incredibly well.
Yes, we adore James McAvoy, but also somehow he's still Patrick Stewart in my brain.
I think that's just the voice. Either that's just the voice of Patrick Stewart, or the fact that I know you've been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation.
So that's the other thing. For those that don't know, I record my Star Trek videos way in advance, and I'm almost done with season 1 of TNG right now. And it's gotten to the point, me and my brother just recorded one, and you'll know when it comes out. We just recorded one where I let my shit Patrick Stewart impression slip into the video, and it is now just permeating any like Patrick Stewart related thing in my brain.
It'll be great to watch that in like 6 months.
Yeah, I think it'll be longer than that. Yeah, it's it's towards the end of the season. But anyway, that definitely has a lot to do with it. Anyway, young Charles Xavier meets a woman named Sarah, who we start playing an immediate sort of romantic fling with. That I'm really enjoying reading because Gail Simone I think just really nails the human element of it. And seeing like how they sort of get to know each other. And also in this very Gail Simone way, I think it's the 5th panel of the entire issue featuring this woman pressing up against Charles Xavier, reaching up into a tree, in that wonderful like sort of just awkward way of creating chemistry that Simone does so well, I think. It's really lovely.
Also, props to David Marquez's art not sexualizing this character. Like,
but there is still romance about this interaction, which I really, really love. It's done so well. They really, really crush it, both Simone and Marquez. I do also like our second sort of flashback where they're having tea together, and we get this reveal. It's a reveal of like Charles showing her his bald head for the first time. which actually leads to this like really sweet interaction between them. I also just adore the journal entries that narrate those scenes. They're just done so well. I think honestly, despite the fact that I love the rest of the issue, I think the Xavier flashbacks are my absolute favorite thing about this issue. Just really lovely stuff. I adore it.
I don't entirely know if I agree. I think I love meeting our new mutants and getting this team together.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
They're cool as hell, yeah. And Marquez also does some fantastic things with the art to show off their powers. I love in particular, I'm blanking on the name currently, Jitter. I love the way Marquez draws Jitter using her powers. This one panel, I think in the digital issue, it's on page 9, where you see her kicking Gambit, and like the way Marquez does those lines of her like moving behind her. I think it looks so cool.
It might be because we're reading Flash currently, but I'm like, ooh, I want David Marquez on a Flash book.
Right? Yes, please,
like, ooh,
please.
That might
also,
be fun to see.
Also, of course, plug. Fresh Face Comics. We're covering Flash next time, so check that out. But yeah, I love that. I love the way Marquez is sewing character moments and characterization into the art of these characters as well, which I think is really smart as well when you're introducing 5 new characters here all in one issue, and trying to get to know them for the most part.
Potentially, like, arguably a 6th, if this is kind of meant to be a jumping on point for new readers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be, because we have another prominent. I believe she's going to be a prominent team member.
I believe so. Yeah, I think she's been advertised as such.
Despite being a very popular character, hasn't actually. I don't think has made it too much into the pop culture sphere outside of animated series stuff.
Yeah, we see Jubilee entering the picture here, joining our team here, and getting Rogue and everyone sort of in contact with Scott here, who we're talking about looking into a prison called Grey Malkin.
Basically, it's what our villains have been converting Xavier School for gifted youngsters into.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that is the bulk of our issue here, except for when we catch up with those villains. One minor little twist at the end. The Sarah that we were seeing in the flashbacks, assuming we're talking about the same Sarah here, is this fucking monstrosity we see in full view at the end of the issue. Holy shit.
The Hag?
Yeah. Holy shit.
Oh.
What the hell? I love it. I need more.
Horrifying. Yeah.
We also did get this character did also first appear in the last issue as well. I'm just in like little teases though, of course. Seeing her in full view here is just kind of horrifying, and also makes me really sad because I want one of Xavier's love interests to work out, and I just know I'm never gonna get that.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
There are also some character beats I think we haven't talked about. Dad Logan.
Yes.
Just Jubilee as the only adult in the room, honestly. Like,
yeah.
When I think she's the youngest of our main X-Men. Like, fascinating. The trouble with this is gonna make me want to read more of Claremont. And I know that's not coming for a while in the podcast.
Yeah. Don't worry, I have things. You know what? Actually, for the main podcast recently, I am finalizing more scheduled things. I have definitively up to episode 125 prepared.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm finally like setting in stone episods past 100, which is
just give me more X-Men. Give me more X-Men.
I can guarantee I put some of that in there. So that happened. Anyway. Does that about do it? I think that about does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling issue 3 is going to be a little more character focused.
It could be. But
I mean, the cover has me very excited.
Indeed. So, yeah. But be sure to join us for that next time. In the meantime, check out other Fresh Face one-shots that we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various. We're also covering the Summer DC event of 2024, Absolute Power, which is actually nearing its end, which is really nice. In the fall, that is. But yeah, we're also covering the Batman miniseries Death in the Family, Robin Lives, which is the alternate timeline in which Jason Todd lived. It's the third issue of that came out recently, and we're releasing a video on that in the coming days, or I think, actually no, sorry, literally tomorrow at the time of this release. So check that out. Also, later this month, we're covering the first issue of Batman: The Last Halloween, the supposed end of the long Halloween saga, and a great tribute to Tim Sale, which I'm very much looking forward to. And of course, we have Uncanny X-Men. I also started up a thing called Fresh Face Solos, which I'm slowly working through the first couple issues of X-Men by Jed McKay to sort of work in tandem with this. It's just me talking. So if you like me talking, check that out, I guess.
Do it, because I can only read so much and be available for so many things.
Yeah. But yeah, as I already mentioned, check out the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. We just recently released an episode on the second leg of Tom King's Batman, bunch of arcs, The Button, The Warp Jokes and Riddles, I Am Bane, not in that order, that is, and also featuring the famous Batman Catwoman proposal issue. So that's there, and that was a great time. We had a great time with that. Friend Kian was on that episode, and as I already mentioned, coming up soon we have more episodes on Flash. Brian,
we're doing a fall of Flash.
Yeah, Flash Fall. I forgot to do that. I'm gonna make a graphic for that, and it's gonna be a thing. Flash Fall.
It's gonna be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But I think that about does it. Our link trees and socials will be down in the description below. If you wherever you want to follow us, check us out there. Subscribe to the channel, Blood Dirt Studios, and I think that about does it. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
and Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Bye.